Good morning. Today I'm going to show you how to create an instant assessment using Smart Response. The instant assessment functionality of the Smart Response is very convenient. It allows you to ask uh, ask a group of students a question on the spot without actually creating it, which means I don't have to do it beforehand. It's a real-time function that you can use during a class period as a pre-assessment or a post-assessment, or just to see where your kids are based on what you're instructing on. So basically, the first thing you want to do is you want to find out where it's located. So on my bar at the top, I have my little response button, and in order to access that, all I'm going to do is click on it. I'm going to see my insert question, and I'm going to see a bunch of different choices. This insert question would be how you, if you want to insert a question that you're going to create an assessment for, we want to use the instant ones. And so I'm going to show you how to use the yes, no, true, false, ABCD, and number. The current hardware that we have does not support instant texting. Um, the newer smart response devices do have texting available. So basically, the first thing you want to do, you have a question, maybe you have it written on Smart Response, maybe you're just speaking it to your class. And my question is, have you ever used Instant Question Generator? So basically, if I wanted to ask my students this, I would have to use Smart Notebook to do it, but I wouldn't have to actually have it typed here. So I want it on this page, and notice it's going to prepare my assessment over here. My students have already signed in, so I'm asking them the question, have you ever used it? If they have, they hit yes, the Y button. If they have not, they hit N or the no button. And once the students have input their response, you can stop the question and analyze the results. So basically, it's very similar to how a question set would work, except for you're just asking it on the spot. Now, I can't have anyone sign in because I'm using this from my laptop at home, and I don't have the actual connector hub that you need in order to use Smart Response. So that's one type, yes or no. I'm going to go ahead and go through a couple examples here, what else you could do. You might have an instant ABCD question. Again, you might have this typed on Smart Notebook. This might be a question in their notebooks. This might be just something you say on the spot. A equals 2/3, B is 1/3, C is 2/2, or two wholes, and then D is 2/9. Notice if I do have it typed on Smart Response and I click Instant ABCD, I can move these letters around so that the students aren't confused. And again, that's a nice little thing just to know that those letters are movable, and then they can see which one's which. Again, same way, hit start and stop. I need to stop the question before I ask another one, and then again, my results will come up and I can analyze immediately. I can ask again, same idea, add an image, what's the capital? Again, ABCD, I can just pop those around the state there. And again, in order to do that, insert, instant ABCD. On this page, notice it starts immediately. And then I can say, oh, what's the capital of the state? Is it A, Houston, B, Austin, C, Texas, or D, Dallas? And so again, you're able to move those letters around where you want them and have an instant assessment that way. Okay, I can click stop over here, or I can click the red stop button up there. It does not matter. Again, different uses. No answer choices. Notice I just have a picture. I might have an image up there. I found an image off the internet. I copied it and pasted it in the Smart Notebook, and I want to ask my students where which stages of the chrysalis. So again, insert instant ABCD on this page. Is it that's is it at A, B, C, or D? So again, I can see if my students can identify the proper stages of the life cycle here, just using Smart Response without actually typing any text at all. Another, I'm going to stop. Another cool functionality, you can just use a previously made quiz. This might be something that you have already made. It might be BrainPop. So I could just, again, insert an instant ABCD on this page. So there's my question. I minimize my Smart Notebook, or just open up my BrainPop video, play the movie, do the quiz, And based on the quiz, I can do the paper quiz. A, B, C, D. The students can put their answer in, and you can see if they're correct based on another quiz that's not actually in Smart Notebook. But again, I would go back to Smart Notebook to stop the question to analyze the results. Another cool function is using the transparent screen tool. So in order to do that, you're going to click your view button. And if I click transparent screen background, it's going to take my background and make it kind of see-through, which is kind of cool. I'm going to open up Google Earth. And now, what is this? Is this area right here? And I can have my students identify different landforms. Is that a harbor, a peninsula, an island, or a bay, based on using that transparency tool? And again, students are automatically, once I hit start, being able to choose the correct answer, and I don't have to create anything new. I'm just using a tool like Google Earth. In order to go back, I just click the button, and it's back to normal. I stop the question, go into the next one. Student-generated choices. So we might, as a class, say, okay, what is this? This is something brand new. We never learned exponents. So what do you think the answer is? And I can have my students write down some answers, and as they're writing, I'm typing. Hey, we think one person might think it's 100, one person might think it's 10, one person might think it's 1,000, and we can generate some choices, and basically from that point, have the students vote. Well, who do you think is correct? Again, instant ABCD on this page. There we go. Students are putting in their choice, and then we can talk about this. A great way to lead into a lesson. Analyze the results and see if students have an understanding of it. You're pre-assessing your students based on something new. Instant number is so helpful in math. You can have your students you can insert an instant number on any question. Notice the students then have the opportunity to pop in their answer as a number instead of a letter. So you're seeing if students can actually answer this and find the product of 9 and 7. And so very helpful. You're going to get a lot of answer choices if it's something brand new or if it's something difficult that they're having trouble with. But you can see which students get it, and then you can extend and enrich for those students, while the rest of the students you are able to work with maybe in a small group, or maybe most of the students in your class need to retaught that lesson. So again, very helpful functionality using that instant number. You can do it with the fraction. You can have the students use the fraction key. Let's see if I can get my image to work here. Let me see. Smart tools, visual reference. If I want my students to use that fraction, I might have them do 1, and I use this XY button, half. That would show 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 1/3, 2, XY, 4, 2, 4. So it's just a way to show a fraction. So another little hint there that you can use. And finally, you can just have your students you can give a scale. How do you feel about this lesson? How comfortable are you? So you're surveying your students based on the lesson that you've taught. So again, all of these instant functions are located in here. Instant number, instant ABCD. We haven't done any instant true or false, but you get the idea. And instant yes, no. So again, when I first got Smart Response, I didn't really learn to love it until I found out about the instant functions. Once I realized that you can do an instant question, it made my life much easier. It made me want to use Smart Response much more. So I highly recommend checking out the instant functionality of Smart Response. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask as always.